Peace and blessings on my beautiful people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, it's inspiredbydreams.shop. Okay, what's going on, y'all? It's Monday. I hope y'all energy is up. Me, myself, I got my allergies are killing me, man. So today I have a lot of things to do. I have a few videos set up for you guys for today, and very interesting things. And I just wanted to run through a few topics this morning and just go over a few things. I don't think I'm gonna be as long as usual, but I had to show up for my peoples. Okay, I want to start off with some healing energy goes out to the rapper, what's his name? LA. I believe he's from ATL. I've seen him. I seen like a video of him passing out on stage. All I gotta say to all the entertainers, everybody out there just working, make sure your health is up before you go up on those stages because you never know what could happen, man. I seen him pass out. It was young LA. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. It looked really bad. And to have, people are taping, so you catch it on camera. So you're seeing every little moment of what's going on. So healing energy goes out to him. And also want to give a rest in peace to the Bad Boy Records staff member, Phil Robinson. He passed away from cancer. And just sending healing energy out to his family. Life is priceless, man. But yeah, so we're gonna start this one off. All healing energy to everybody out there that's just lost somebody or just going through it right now. But as far as my energy's up. I'm feeling good this morning, and I wanted to get a few topics that I've seen that I picked out myself that I didn't get to talk to you guys about that I felt that would be interesting for us to speak on this Monday morning. So I hope everybody is doing well and your family's good. Your pockets are moving up. If not, you got to get it up. All right. Because it's a lot. We're going to need a lot in these times to come to survive and get ourselves ahead. So I hope you guys are doing what you got to do to get your funds right and get your people right and your mental straight. I hope everything is going good. But yeah, man, I got new videos dropping. I'm happy. I got things going. I was editing a couple videos for you guys. So we're going to see a lot going on today. We're going to see a lot. Okay, so I want to start off with Diddy. So Diddy, Cassie, they approved the tape, the Cassie video to be shown in court. The judge approved it. All I had to say with that one, that didn't strike me anyway because I feel like everybody in there seen the tape already, but I'm hearing that there's 5 tapes. I don't know if you guys heard about that information, but I'm hearing that there's 5 tapes. So not only the tape that we saw, but there's 5 other tapes. I don't know if that's going to be included in the memoir that Cassie is going to be presenting, but that's where the case is looking at now. And time is going so fast, you guys. It's like Diddy is his trial is coming up so fast. It's almost to a scary point of how this all going to end. And at the same time, you have people that that's outside looking in, that was a part of his whole, I guess this whole Diddy's party thing, that they're probably looking in themselves, because I hear a lot of celebrities are involved in it, and it's just that some people are not naming their names are not being named. But when it comes to court time, we're gonna hear everything about everything. So that's what we got so far up on the Diddy trial. And yes, I don't know if that's gonna play in his favor or not play in his favor, but they're allowing the tape to be shown to the jury. So that's something that it's crazy. The tape alone it doesn't look good, but who knows how that case could turn out. Let me see. On another note, Lil Durk, he got a chance at I guess he got another chance at possibly a release from prison. I seen I don't know if you guys saw it, but DJ Academics, he spoke to Durk live and direct from prison. And it felt like Durk was in good spirits, and it feels like they caught up with Durk at a time where he was already in process of changing his life, and that's one of the sad things. I'm wishing him well, and I'm hoping that everything works out good for Durk, because it seems like he changed from that route, and sometimes your past catches up with you, and sometimes it might not even be his his fault, his association that he's in this place right now, because it seems like he's changing his life. He changed his life around. he was speaking on some things like, you know, he just his respect for family and what type of person he was. So I felt bad, you know, I felt bad. I hope Dirk really gets another chance, another shot to come out, because his voice extends so long that it could change things for the youth in Chicago. And without you having that like person in place, or that person that made it already in place to lead those people in the right direction, it's gonna be more chaos. So I felt like Dirk would have been one of the ones to like change his life around, and people look up to him, and eventually they'll start, you know, trying to change their life around instead of taking the street route. But who knows? Um, I don't know anymore with this Shannon Sharpe stuff, you guys. They're saying there's more people with more allegations. All I know is with Shannon Sharpe, man, you know, he just made a mistake, man. He made a boo boo, and it's not really anything illegal. What he's doing is just preference. But I just feel like, you know, with these other allegations, you never know what's in them, and they got a whole bunch of talk on them. I don't know what's going on. I didn't get a chance to keep up with it. I was just like, I was doing a lot of things for the weekend. I didn't get a chance to really, you know, keep up with what's going on with Shannon. But it's sad that with the ESPN thing, but you know, you can always rebuild, and everybody's in that process of rebuilding or just trying to get their life, you know, back to where they want it to be. So yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with the Shannon. I'm hearing more allegations. Usually when, you know, one thing, if that's in your person, then you'll hear other people, you know, bringing their stories, whether, I don't know if it's true or false, but I'm hoping he could get through that, man. It's a lot of weird stuff happening online that I just don't really pay too much attention to. But yeah, another thing I seen, Young Thug, man, Young Thug. I feel like Young Thug did a great interview. I don't know if you guys caught it. I was watching I caught it on GQ. He had that GQ interview, gave me a better outlook of where he might possibly. I feel like he has a chance. Like, he seems like a very intelligent dude, and he's realizing things that, you know, I guess he realizes that, you know, his mistakes would cost him more than somebody else in making that same mistake. And he's coming from a perspective where he wants to push his music forth, but he's just like in a place where he doesn't want to get himself back in trouble. He might have a chance, man. Young Thug might have a chance of just turning his life around in a way where he can't get himself back in trouble and be thrown back in prison. That interview, the GQ interview, made me see him at a different light, and I started to realize, no, he's like carving out a new path for himself. And so I'm happy that he, you know, he's not just one of these people that just so hard-headed, because hard-headed people never last too long, and you know, it has to be their way or the highway, and usually it ends up being the highway, man. So I'm glad that Young Thug, you know, he has, like, if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out that GQ interview with Young Thug. Even though he wore a mask and all that, I don't know, but the mask, I guess that was symbolizing everybody's all in his business, or everybody, you know, I don't know, but I think, or his style's point of view of that point. But Young Thug, I think that if he keeps up with that the intelligence that he has, as like how he spoke in there, he knew what he was going on, he knew what he brought to the table. I think that he can probably most likely, you know, beat those whatever they got ahead of him, the hurdles that they have ahead of him, so he won't mess himself up and end up back in prison. Um, Let me see. Oh, you know what I seen too? I know y'all took a look at this. What's going on with that Little Kim and her boyfriend? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, age this, age that, but there is a difference when you're dating somebody way younger than yourself. I believe her boyfriend was 25 years old. There's different things that they didn't haven't experienced yet, and different things that the way they look at things at that age. And I just feel as like him airing out everything on social media, that was expected from somebody at that age. So when he starts, I've seen the video of him speaking on the relationship that they had, and it went from business into personal, and then back to business, and then things started getting messy. Um, he ended up having a kid on the, I can't even say on the side, because he probably had a girlfriend the whole time, but still wanted to deal with Kim a little bit. So it got messy. When you mix business with pleasure, we all know that that's not a good mix, because when the pleasure is not no more pleasurable, then the business is wiped out because of that. So it looks like he's saying that, you know, Little Kim took down his music, and he was getting some traction with his music, but now that, you know, she's seen, you know, I guess that he has a baby on the side, it upset her to the point where she started pulling down his music and all the things that he worked with her. So it's a big mess with that whole Lil Kim. What I could say is, you know, as an older person, just if you're gonna date young, you just got to know that there's possibilities of them thinking like that. So you have to keep it about that serious. Don't take it over the top serious or expect nothing too much from that. This is things we know because it's just that, you know, it's not going to match up. The sex might be the best, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of other things that comes with maturity that might not, you know, see it eye to eye when it comes down to different ages. So that was one thing I was looking over. I was like, man, Kim, you know, I don't know, man. Not everybody, you know, gets the right partner. That's why I always keep tell you guys that, you know, like who you have around you says a lot for you, you know, and a lot of people don't have the best of people around, and it's not like easy to find good people all over the world and just have them around you, you know. So this is always it boils down to a choice that you make. The choices that you make, the people that's around you. Some people will choose not to have anybody around if nobody around is good enough for them, you know, or good to them. So it's all about the choices and the things that you do, man. I feel like Kim, she's a grown woman. You know, she knows what it is. I think she should have came to this realization, and she shouldn't have got, you know, cartoonized when for the young boy too much. You know, if you're gonna dip in that pool, you know, you got to know that there's possibilities of him going off and doing his thing, and it could only be for a short term. These are things that come to your head as an adult, but you know, nothing lasts forever, but you try to keep it as long as you can. You know, that's the best thing I can say on that. But Kim, I was really surprised, like, oh, he was a young boy. He was a young boy, man. Oh, and like I was saying with Hard Headed, this ties into the next topic I wanted to bring to you guys with Dame Dash. They're saying that, you know, they're gonna be taking more and more money because of his lack of not showing up to court. And I don't know, man. I don't know if you should be hard headed with the courts. I know it might seem like the world is crashing or coming down on you, but sometimes you just got to take the hit and then start, you know, working on your way of getting back up. But not showing up, not going to court, these are things that could possibly end up, they're taking more money from you. So man, his whole financial status, it seems like it's all effed up now because just bad moves or bad decisions made, or you know, it's the moves that you make sometimes, you know, I don't know, man. It's just it's sad, man. The amount of money they're pulling from him it's not like the after that fact is over, is he gonna be able to get back up as quick? You know, money just don't grow in trees. You know, it just don't grow in trees. So I don't know. That's one thing. But they did highlight in it saying that, you know, it was a lack of him going to court. So I don't know. I don't know if that's due to health issues. It could be due to him just not wanting to deal with this whole back and forth with people. But when you get into suing people and people are suing you and they have all of these different things, they want to take you to court. That's when nobody, trust me, ain't nobody wants to be in court. But at the same point, if you are appointed to getting to be in court, you have to show up, man. You just have to show up. And I think that's just in life, period. If there's a hurdle, if there's an opponent, whatever you want to call it, show up. Don't tuck your tail and go the other way because it's not going to make the situation better. It's just might as well show up, do what you got to do, and see how much you got to pay these people, and then, you know, work on ways on trying to get them their money because they will take everything, all of your property. They're willing to take everything, you know, they don't care. So yeah, man, that's another thing that popped up. And you know, let me see. I seen another thing. Oh, like I always tell you, you know, I keep you updated on the things that you put into your body. In New York, I believe it's New York and New Jersey, there's a recall on apple juice. So you guys watch out for that, man. You guys watch. I don't drink a lot of apple juice, but just watch out for that. There's a recall out there. So I'm telling you, most of the things that we're seeing that we might have in the past been in our everyday life, you have to keep a check of everything you put in your body, not just today, tomorrow, and the next day too, because things are getting recalled, and we don't know. You know, this is like almost like poison in certain places and certain things, man. It's ridiculous. Like I always tell you guys, there's so many things out here that can poison us, whether it's our mental, our bodies. We have to watch out for all of that. Look, Young LA, he was up on stage, he was performing, probably getting his money for his past songs he did, just entertaining the crowd, and he just passes out. Like, we're going to see a lot more of that from the people that don't really take care of their health or watch themselves. Sometimes it's not even just your health, but it's just you being exhausted and working yourself too much. But in that case, that looked like it's either he was maybe too drunk. I'm just hoping it's just probably the liquor or something. But if that has anything to do with some health issues, I don't think we're gonna see Young LA back on that stage anytime soon. That's kind of crazy. Um, it's one of those things where just on the just to be real with you guys, like me, I'm like one of the main things that I concentrate on in these times is my health first before anything. I don't concentrate on anything else before my health. If I don't feel up to doing it or up to doing something, it's most likely 9 out of 10 times because of my health, whether it be as small as my allergies or anything else, So I want to always be up in energy. When I say up in energy, that means health too. So you can perform at your best. You don't want to be going to your job or going to wherever you make your money at your lowest, because that means your health is down. You're not even feel like being there. You're just there doing it for the money. Now you're on that wheel I've been telling you guys about. Now you're on that wheel that you have to do it. And when you get into that, you start losing yourself. Your life becomes like this whole, like, I got to do this, I got to work, I got to do. And that's stressful. And that's the thing that will probably pull you down in the end, because you're so stressed out on what you're not going to get or not going to make, or you can't make this. And that's when you get stressed out and you're out of here. I'm always thankful. Like, even look at my channel. It's been growing really nice, and I'm happy. You would think that I would have over 100,000 subscribers the way I champion my channel, because I came a long way, and it feels good to have new people joining in the tribe, and new people checking me out, checking the videos. It feels good. I know I got a great set of viewers, so everything for me is always going to be on the up and up, no matter how fast or how slow it goes. You understand? And once I kept that mindset, it makes me feel a lot greater and a lot good about, just really good about the things that I do. So I got a few things that's dropping for you guys. I got a video. I got I think I have one dropping at 10:30, and I'll have another one around 12 or 12:30 releasing for you guys. And they're all interesting videos. They're all videos that'll open this up. There's little jewels implemented in every one of my videos. Don't just take it for the title, don't just take it for the title, because when you watch them, you'll find things you can pick up and probably take into your everyday life. Yeah, man. And it's like out here nowadays, people realize that there's no way you can do things just by yourself. There's no wars won by just a few soldiers. I feel like I was thinking to myself, like, every soldier needs like leaders. All soldiers, they need leaders to tell them and point things out to, so they can go forth and do what they have to do. But not all leaders need soldiers. And I think that's missing, and that's missing in today's society. More people thinking on their own than thinking like what somebody else said. That everybody has this, like, it's either we're living in a time where some people are they they'll hold back the right information just to give you a taste of something, so you can look at them like they're greater, if you understand what I'm saying. Me, I understand the information that I have, and I always key into the valuable information, people of value, people that bring things to my life that could make me better. And I see a lot of people, it's just this constant, a lot of people are lost and not knowing what's next to come. It's because they're not paying attention to the things that's most valuable in their life. Blessings, blessings. That's you could all, I want to teach you guys a little something, like how to figure things out a little easier and have a better understanding. Everything that you're seeing now, it's always like a pattern to it. So like it's like if you look at life, like what we're living in now, it's either somebody's gonna want to help you or sell you something. When you see people out here trying to sell you something and they cover it in trying to help you, always be careful, be careful, be careful. If somebody's really trying to help you, they're trying to give you the recipe, they're trying to give you the ingredients, they're trying to give you, and that shouldn't be anything attached with a dollar sign. For example, anxiety. I have anxiety, right? And for some reason with my anxiety, it's different ways you get it. Like, you can be, when people say fear, it's not fear. It's sometimes worrying covers that fear part, you know, worrying about this, worrying about that. So you look at that and you say, you know what? Let me stop. Let me find a way to stop worrying about everything. And then once you start covering that, you'll start healing your anxiety on its own. And start healing on its own. And then you build up a different, stronger confidence. And you start building that confidence level up. And then it's like, unless you want me to believe it, it has to be in front of me. You want me to believe it, you have to show more. You have to do more to make it believable for me. And that's what makes you stronger. It makes you start looking into things, thinking things out before it happens. Like, for example, or just on another note, I seen another healing energy also goes out to that cop that got shot, the 25-year-old cop that got shot in Astoria, Queens. The man sitting in his car and a car just pulls up. I think it was all because of his car. You know, he had a sports car, BMW, and it was like lime green. He was sitting there. A car rolls up to the side of him, right, you guys? And you just see him like they're trying to it looks like they're talking in the window, but they're trying to get into the car to rob him. And all of a sudden, these criminals, they just shoot in the car because they couldn't get the car. So I guess it struck him in the leg. He ends up going on the sidewalk and zooms away after they chase him. Now, when you look at that, it's like the things that people are trying to hurt other people for are things not even of value. These are things that you can work hard on your own and get it yourself instead of having to try to kill somebody or shoot somebody for the things they work hard for. He was a 25-year-old. That means he was a rookie cop. And now you just you shoot him. I don't know if he's going to continue on with the job and everything. But it's like, why are people putting people in harm for things that's not really that valuable, you guys? I'm talking about when it comes down to cars. They make cars every single year. It changes every year. Jewelry, all of this stuff that people are like hurting people for, it's not even really worth it. Like, for real, like you got to really think about where their mindset is. That means that they look up to that stuff and think that's like it. And that's really, really sad. Because I mean, there's a lot of people, you put a gun to them, you can have my car, you can have my truck. They'll hop out and let you take it. Go ahead. Just don't take my life. But when you harm somebody, just because you can't get what you want, it says a lot about you. It says that if somebody's missing step on your sneakers, your girlfriend is arguing with you, you don't know how to deal with your problems. So the only way you can say, oh, I won, or give me this, is if you hurt somebody. There's a lot of people out here with these mental issues, and they don't even know how to deal with their problems. That stems all the way back to how they was raised. Every single time. Every single time. And it's because people, they put the value in the wrong things. It's not like somebody breaking into a hospital to steal medication to heal themselves because they don't have insurance on some Denzel. No, this is not that. This is somebody looking at these material things and putting everything into them. And that's the reason why you see people getting killed for jewelry, and that it's like, man, like I don't have to have jewelry. I don't have to have these. If you're going to try to take my life for it, I'd rather just leave it and put it in the safe until you start realizing what your value of life is, because people don't feel safe in their own neighborhoods. You know how many neighborhoods, and these are way richer neighborhoods. I'm talking about these places in LA. These are big mansions and things like that, and people breaking into their home and things like that. And they think that just breaking in somebody's home, grabbing, snatching what they want and running out is not trauma towards those people. It doesn't matter how much money they have. Stop counting other people's money. You're leaving trauma. It's like it's the whole LA and certain places in these areas are reeking of trauma because people can't sleep at night. That's not fair. People work hard for their things. And whether they're going to floss or however they go about their stuff, it doesn't give people the right to hurt them for their prized possessions. That is that is wrong. And I don't know why so many people are taken up to this mentality. I was never ever raised like that. I was always raised to get my own and work for the things that I want, and you'll get it. But when you see somebody else doing something or doing better, if the more you keep looking at other people and you feel like everybody's doing better or you want what they have, then when you take it, what if the next person feels that way about you? You're going to continue this cycle? It's like you shoot him in the back, they shoot you in the back. You shoot him in the back, you can't live your life like that. If you really, really want something, work hard for it. There's so many different ways in these times that you can make money, and still get the things that you want. But when people see that instant, like it's like almost like these opportunist people that it's like you walking by, you see a lady walking with a person, oh, I don't have money, let me just snatch her purse. Well, you didn't only snatch her purse, you left her with trauma. She might not want to walk down there anymore. She might get a heart attack. You don't know what you're doing to people when people are at edge. So it's just like the world we living in right now is it's an eye opener, but it's very shaky. It's very shaky out there. Certain places, certain areas, you would never catch me in. Never, never, never catch me in. Never catch me celebrating or eating in these certain places because I don't want somebody running down on me for my watch or my jewelry. These are things that like it's not even worth it, you guys. I'm being honest with you. It's not even worth it. That's the reason why people's mouths drop. And it's sad that there was a lot of people in our black culture and some white people too. They'll tell you see the difference between black and white when it comes down to luxury items and things like that. See, white people, they don't mind getting the bootleg because you already have, us as black people already have an outlook of what they think those things are worth when white people have it. And I'm just telling you the truth. And a lot of black people realizing now, oh, these items, they were bootleg, the same as, so now it's like embarrassing. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people died for fake jewelry and bootleg luxury. Does it make sense? It doesn't. It really doesn't. I hope people could wake up and start realizing that not only are you robbing that person, but you got robbed from how you think. The way you think, you robbed yourself of a good life, of a long-lasting life, because the way you think you want these things so quick in your life. It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. So many of the youth throwing their life away because they're influenced by this way to look on social media, like this and it's like, to me, I mean, I see a lot of people, they all look the same. Certain amount of people that follow that type of thinking, they look like robots, man. They all look the same. They dress the same. It's like, it's nasty out there. But I got some eye-opening videos for y'all, especially today. I'm dropping 2 today. I know y'all gonna really like. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you too. Pray for the people that don't pray for themselves. Because a lot of people, they don't have religion implemented in their life. So you can help another person out by just praying for them because they don't have the knowledge of what life is really all about. If you don't have religion, or you don't grow up with a religion, or even find yourself, just you doing your own research on it, it leaves you lost to whatever people throw you and tell you what it is. It's like, you don't want to live that like scientific life and figure it out in the science way. It's just, you don't want to live that way, man. And trust me, you'll have no way to know what's next to come. For me, I feel good with what's next to come. I just feel like right now we're seeing everybody that's been greedy in the past, everybody that took advantage of people behind the scenes. Things are happening to them. I see the dark cloud hovering over a lot of people, and I just keep my mouth shut because I don't want to get myself involved in that. I just see it from a distance like, oh yeah, But at the end of the day, I realize that after that rain, sunshine comes out, and if you think that way, you'll always have something to look forward to. Like, I'm looking forward to doing some new designs when I get back. I'm gonna get some good food for lunch today. Feeling good. These new designs I want to put out there, and that's where my mind is at, man. My mind is not into a lot of the negative stuff. To be honest with you, a lot of the stuff that goes on in the news, I don't pay attention to anymore. So it keeps my mind level-headed, and I don't have, it's not everything you have to know about. People feel like, oh, I have to know what this and that. No, you have to know more about what you're going to do if anything happens, because it's happening. So why wait to just hear the things that's happening so it could, don't flood up your mind with a whole bunch of stuff. That's all I'm saying. Keep your mind open to the things that you can do to better you and your family and your peoples that holding you down. Even if it's just you, hold yourself down. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with everybody around you not understanding you but you. You'll be still good. Once you understand you, it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. It doesn't matter how they... That's why I can't believe people get killed for clothes and jewelry and things like that. It's sad. That's just sad. Y'all gonna understand what I mean. If you don't understand what I mean now, in the future, you're gonna understand what I mean. Like, you kill somebody for like metal and like diamonds that they don't even know if it's real or not. It's like, where do y'all get this type of logic? How do you? I see a lot of the youth, their parents, they're like hiding because they didn't raise their kids right. It's not. If your parents can't even have a decent relationship to keep things in the household, at a peaceful pace at least, what do you think those kids gonna do when they go out there or even get into a relationship? How are they gonna get treated or how are they gonna treat somebody? The parents are hiding right now. When you see these kids out there and they're the ones that shooting down people, their parents don't want to come outside anymore. They lost. They not only did they take the loss, they got to take everything that comes with it. It's so many generational curses being put upon so many kids out there that people that raise their kids right are scared to have their kids go out there dealing with these type of kids because it's almost like a damn near like a Jekyll and Hyde type of thing that's going on. Like you can raise your kid a certain way and then they go to school and that is the way of people looking at it and they get influenced by that, and no matter what their parents are telling them anymore, that's out the window. They're in survival mode, like if they had to struggle to get where they had to go. Their parents might have took care of them and everything, but now they pick up this struggle survival mode because they feel like, oh, that's the only thing that's going to make me successful from this point on. That's not true at all. Nowadays, you don't hear too much about college and things like that implemented in the youth. But the ones that know about it, the ones that get the opportunity, remember what I told you guys? Information is key, not the money. Money varies how much you make, this and that. But if you have the information, you can always get yourself back into these doors, speaking to the right people so you can be good and straight. Some people out here, you'd be surprised how many, you see a lot of people working, right? But with the right information, you can go to the right people and you won't have to work as hard as you think you do. People will hold you down, whether it's teach you on investments, or they can teach you how just structuring your business a little better, your finances a little better, and then you'll realize that no, man, it's all up to you. The people that don't have the information, those are the people that get frustrated and they go out in the streets, and that's when they go and hurt people. That cop was 25 years old that they shot. They shot him in his leg. Hopefully he'll be all right. But he was 25 years old. So it just goes to show you that there must have been something else. They didn't know he was a cop. I'm pretty sure they just saw the BMW, bright green rims, and they want that because they can't work for it on their own. It's like, what type of kids are being raised out here? It makes me wonder every single time, like, where are his parents? Like, didn't he see the news? Isn't he on social media and seeing what's going on in these neighborhoods, but he still chose to go out there? That means he's down bad. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about mentally. Mentally. Mentally, man. It sucks. It really, 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 really sucks. I hate to see people just throwing their life away. Because you get caught up in going to prison in these times. I think, to be honest with you, man, prison will wipe your life away quicker than anything. I'm talking from the food, the environment, the stress, everything like that builds up, and those are the things that you can't deal with. I don't care if you're on the street and nobody's talking to you and you're just trying to, it's better than you being in there. Anytime. Anytime. Like I was talking to my brother the other day and I was telling him, like, even whatever happens at this whole Diddy trial, it really doesn't matter because the time he spent in prison up to this point is a long time. It's a long time. So when you hear people are going away for all these so many years and this and that, just know that their life is almost over. That's why I'm wishing the best for Durk so he can come out and try to be a leader for the youth that's coming up in Chicago, because he's one of them that they really look up to. You can't just put anybody in that leadership position and expect people to listen. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. A lot of people, they are infatuated with results. And if they don't see the results, they're just going to try to duplicate and do whatever they can to get where they got to go. But when they get there, they don't even know how to hold it down. They don't know how to hold the money. But I'm telling you, with AI taking over a lot of people's jobs, you might think today somebody is up. You never know. The next day, they'll be in the same position as me or the same position as you or the lady down the block. because they don't know what's next or what job they can get next, that they don't have to use the AI, and that they'll be hired. A lot of people's jobs are being replaced by AI. A lot. You might think that, oh, it's going to be, nobody has like in their head like a big retirement plan anymore. No, they are in a mode of survival, whether they're rich or poor or middle class, whatever you may want to call it. That's where people's mindset is at, because if you're smart enough to know that it can happen in you, then you'll be smart enough to know that, start planning. Start planning your life. Start planning your life. The less you can live on is the better off you'll be. If you have a whole bunch of things in your life where you're paying bills all over the place and you got so many things you have to upkeep, you might be in a little bit of trouble, a lot of trouble, to be honest with you. People overcompensate for the things that they don't really need in their life. If you're single and you're in a household where there's kids there, you're in trouble. I'm totally honest with you. So the help that you thought that you had in the past, you could see the government wiping that away. For what reason? I don't know. But it smells like greed to me. It smells like greed to me. And that's what happens. You put the wrong people in these types of positions, and things just go crazy, man. Things just go crazy. But in all, you have to be strong enough to know whatever hurdle they throw at you, you have to be able to get over it. And you'll find, and don't think that it's just these greedy people, it's just going to be, they're going to be greedy all over the world. No, things happen to them too. It's just that when things happen to them, they disappear into the dark, and they go about their business because they know they was set wrong. You know what I mean? Things are happening to people that people might think, oh, that's what happened to them, and they don't know why. No, because some way, somehow, that karma caught back up to them, and that dark cloud, it was their day. It was their day for that dark cloud to rain on their parade. Watch what's going on. Pay attention to what's going on. You see a lot of, always question everything. I don't care if it's a death, question it. And the reason why I say that is because you do not want to jump ahead in somebody's karma. Let people deal with what they got to deal with. Good people will always have a solution, or people want to hold them down. The bad people, they just disappear. I'm telling you, disappear or running, go about their business, and they don't want to be caught. They're too embarrassed, They thought that this thing of ours wasn't real. But we all know that how your energy and everything that comes in a 360 circle, how you treat people, it bounces back. I see a lot of people. I have a video, but it's that video that I have coming for you is for tomorrow. So I don't want to get too far into it. But it's something about those luxury brands, and they're going down, buddy. They're going down. Down, down, down. You look like a big idiot nowadays with all them logos put on you. Now you don't look like you got money at all when you see somebody, especially somebody of our culture. You look at them like, oh, wow. I don't want to hear you complaining tomorrow when you better use that same Balenciaga hoodie to cover up that hole in your roof. You didn't see that it had a hole in your ceiling? Yeah, you wasn't paying attention. You was just looking and trying to find everything that you see online to cover up your wounds and how you actually feel and what you're actually going through. A lot of people, all this cover up stuff is just heal it, heal. A lot of people don't understand that. They'd rather sit around and soaping around with this hurt. Every day you waking up hurt. Does that make any sense? Even if at minimum you don't have no money in your pocket, even if you wake up and you feel on edge, play some good music. Keep some good music around to keep your mental going, and stop living your life hurt. When you live your life hurt, you end up not healing yourself. It makes it that much harder to heal yourself. And now you find yourself getting sick and all of this. Why do you think that's happening? It's because you just broke your whole system the way you think. You think that everything is not going to go your way. You're hurt. You're looking at people like this and that. That's what really breaks your body down. It's not really actually what happens, but that's what breaks your body down, because your mental ain't right. I see it all the time. Some of these things that I bring to you guys, like as far as like news, things that happen in the news and stuff, I don't carry that stuff on like over the weekend worrying about these people. No, I pick up certain things that I can pull lessons out of, but I see that I pass right by it. Nah, I don't have that much time and that much space to put that stuff in my life. I don't. I really don't. And I hope you guys don't either. Should be concentrating more on the people that love you. I'm telling you, some people out here, They think there's a lot of people I see that they think that they're rich, but they don't even know they're not rich. But if they stretch it out for the next 20 years, if they're gonna be able to maintain that, they don't even know that. They didn't get to that point yet. They're just thinking for today, and they're not thinking for tomorrow. You know, you gotta be way ahead of yourself. You know, don't be the think you the only one. A lot of people they don't want to tell the truth, y'all. If they did, would everything sound the way or be happening the way it is right now? Think about it. There's gonna be a lot of people fronting and acting like this is what it is, but really behind the scene it ain't that. How many times you like for a good example, you see a lot of people in the relationships, and then the next thing you see them, then they taking mugshots in the precinct. Like, what the hell happened? What happened to you people? I was so surprised to see Lil Kim was dating somebody so young. I was surprised. I was very surprised. I was very surprised. I didn't even know about her relationship. I knew she, her baby father. So her baby father, that probably didn't work out. These are cycles that will always continue until you realize what's going on. And sometimes it doesn't matter about if you pick the wrong person, that means you're the problem. Be honest with you. I'm keeping it a hundo. If you pick the wrong person, you're the problem. That means that you have a problem with finding the right people that you need to bring in your life. So you can just know by that you're gonna have a whole bunch of people around that's not supposed to be in your life. You know, you got to be careful of that. There's nothing wrong with have different friends with different the ways they can live a different type of lifestyle as you. They just don't have to be in your inner circle. You don't even have to have an inner circle, to be honest with you. All of that stuff is just adding different ideas and different things that can break you out of what you really have to do. I'm not with it. I'm really not with it. I look at things. I look at life. If you can't understand the way that I'm trying to better myself, then you don't need to be in my life. It's not like I'm holding up, pulling somebody here in my life. I'm never that type of person. Nah. I figured it out. That's why I feel good every day I wake up. Every day I wake up, I made it. Eventually you hear other people trying to grab along to the slogan, but that's just how it goes. Always stay original of the things you do, so you'll be the prophet that starts it. And it doesn't matter because a lot of people, I look right now, trust me, man, I've seen companies, that's why I was going to explain to you a luxury brand. It was taken from all these other brands, and look at the karma that came back around. Now a lot of them going bankrupt. I won't buy into that stuff, never, because I value myself and I know my value before throwing that junk on. You don't got to throw that junk on. Trust me, man. Keep a smile on your face when you go out there. It's healthy. Wear clothes that matches your energy, and do never ever think that because something is expensive, it's of quality. That's not how that's not how the quality is. A lot of our people in our black culture, they fell short for that, thinking that the more they spend, the more better the quality was. That is not how it goes. Quality comes from craftsmanship and the time you put into something. That's when the quality becomes. A lot of the stuff that they bought for all of this money, this and that, yeah, they didn't want you to wear it anyway. That's the reason why they down the quality on that. You will only know if you have something to compare. I grew up wearing the polo and a lot of the things like that, and I started realizing some of the new polo that I bought in these times, it wasn't of quality as the stuff before, and that's just not the polo brand. That's every single brand that's out there, because it's just the price of life right now is so cheap. I think the quality of life, the way people are treating each other is so low, and we got to get to a place where we start putting more value into ourselves, and the things that we wear, we want it become more value. But if you're looking at a luxury brand and saying, oh, he's wearing this and wearing that, that's valuable, you're wrong. Use this, think better. He's hot. When you see somebody with all the logos all over, they're hiding something. Whether it might be the fact they want to gather your attention to make you feel like there's somebody a certain way, or they're just hiding the fact that they probably don't really even got it. It's as simple as that. If you don't have so many things in your life, you can live a way happier life than somebody that they claim to be rich. They got a whole bunch of these cars here and there, but they can't maintain it. Think about it. Think about it. The less you have in your life and you can be more happy with, the more enjoyable it will be. The more you tack on these bills in your life, and you keep adding things in your life, and you got to maintain this, holding the water hole from here, holding it over there, that's when you're going to be in trouble. That's when you can't get ahead of your bills. You can't get ahead of the things that you need to do. That's what usually happens. You know, society wants to see the black culture separated, not in a relationship. And when you in this single household life, and that's what end up spanking you in the long run. It might not spank you in the beginning. It feels like freedom in the beginning until you realize, oh, I need two people. Oh, it's different. And the more we have of those people, it don't matter if you have, when your kids go out there, those are the type of people and the kids that they will come encounter with. So that will be the majority thinking, regardless of what you instill in your kids. And we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. Yeah, so I got something dropping for you guys at 10:30, and I think I'm going to release the other one at 12 o'clock. Dope videos, man. You guys make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys stay tuned to what I got going on. I got a lot of new things to drop. I pace it out, and I'm very smart about the things that I put out to the public and the things that I hold for myself. Come on, you got to know how to keep your value up, you know? You got to know how to keep that value up. Where am I from? I'm from New York City, NYC. Born and raised. Love it out here. I won't want to be in no other place but from out here. It's what I know. I've been to many places, and I always feel like, you know, I want to get back to New York. I'm used to the hustle and bustle. I know how to make it through. I know how to make it through. You know? So, yeah. NYC, where y'all from? Y'all let me know. No other place I'd rather be. You see a lot of people, you're gonna see a lot of people, you know, with this, like, I got this attitude. Man, that's the flaws of man. That hard-headed way of thinking, you know, I got this, I know everything. Nah, you don't. If you knew everything, how come you're in this position now? How come you didn't see this coming? If you understand that learning it's up to you on what you're trying to do and get wiser. You know, a lot of people, oh, I'm wise. Everything is like almost like a duplication. But if you don't really live up to it, that's when things start happening. That's when it starts happening. I see it all the time. I see people that have been greedy in the past paying for it right now in front of my eyes. I don't want to put their names out there, but I could just see by the results of their life, their health, the way they conduct themselves, the businesses that they thought that would be here forever. I can tell that the greed is catching up. That's why I'm not even worried about that stuff. Like, I'm not worried about who's taking this or, you know, greedy behind that, because I know every dog has his day. You hear me? Every dog has his day. And once you start realizing that, you want to be good to people. You don't want no karma coming. That's the energy I move on. No. If I can't do something for you, I can't do it for you. But at the end of the day, I'm not wishing you bad. I'd rather pray for somebody, because at the end of the day, I don't want no karma surrounding me at all. The people that don't think it's real, they're not even into religion, anything. When things hit them, they don't know what happened. They just end up somewhere, somehow. I ain't one of those guys. I'm more calculated, and I would like to know what's next, because that's just how I am. I like to figure it out. You get in that type of mentality, nobody can do you nothing. Nobody can do you anything. And as a matter of fact, when you get in that mentality, you start picking better partners when it comes down to relationships. I see people just looking, like, going for people for their features. Look, man, I'm telling you, that is a young man's sport. The older you get, the wiser you get, you realize, like, why did I, you know, and don't talk about the amount of people having babies with chicks that's not even, won't even be ready to be mothers, and they didn't even reach a point where they got their value out of life, so they still want to go on. I've seen it all, man. I'm telling you. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. People, oh, they look good together. Look, do you know their backstory? She's pregnant right now, and he has 3 chicks on the side. Like, do you want to live that life? When that kid grows up, you think that kid is going to be the next this and that? No, 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 no. No, no, no. People are raising demons by every day. People are raising demons. The amount of angels and the babies that's gonna grow up to be something, there's a big set of demons that are just being made from just sex alone. Like, oh, we just had sex. Like, they are not gonna be there. It takes a lot for you to guide a kid with the right mentality to make it through this world in these times. I'm telling you, man. Oh my gosh, I can't even look, man. Look, man. Look, man. There are less family pictures right now and more mug shots. That's all I got to say. And then the parents they ducking and hiding because they didn't raise their kid right. Don't point your finger. Don't point your dare point your finger at your kid. Your kid is a reflection of you. And what you didn't do, your kid is a reflection of that when he or she goes out there and people, they get treated a certain way. It's nasty. You know what I mean? I could go places and enjoy myself, but I just make sure those places that I go, it's the right ages and age groups. I'm making sure that the area, everything. I don't got time for you to be shooting on the block just because you can't hit your target, when your real target should be you. Point the gun at your damn self. And you shooting down the next grandmother or somebody's family and just go about your business until they wheel you off to jail. I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. Nor am I nervous about these people that swear they this and this and that, because those people too, they drop too. You don't see what's going on? I see it clear. I see it very, very clear what's going on. Yeah, karma is it's a thing. It's a thing. That's all I got to say. It's a thing, man. People are getting they getting their issue, in other words, in these times, man. Whatever they did to people in the past, yeah, it does swing back around. It really does. Man, man, man. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys always showing up for me. I don't mind about the views. Just share it whenever you get a chance to. Even if you're watching this days after, still love to you. I know you catch up with the videos. There's so many videos online talking of this and that. Negativity has to get through the VIP section first. So I'm just going to wait on the line like everybody else and make my way in and get it my way, And another thing, too, is there's a lot of money to be made off of online. You don't have to be online. People thinking they're getting into that thoughts like you has to be online to make a lot of money. No, there's a lot of things you can do offline to make you and your family bring in some revenue, that it doesn't have to be in people's face all the time, so they won't have a outlook of who what you're doing or try to get into your business. That's one thing. I don't like people in my business, and I don't like just blurting out everything, because everybody don't have them good intentions for you. Sometimes you try to help somebody and they think that, wow, he knows that, so now they're looking at me a certain way. No, I just know the information because I've been around the right people and I learned the right things. So that's the reason why you never see me boo-hooing about what somebody does or not, because usually I see the ceiling way before they do, way before they do. Love you guys, and make sure y'all pay attention. You know what? I'm going to drop, maybe I'll put it up to like 10-15 the next video. It's really, really a good one. It's dealing with relationships, parenting, and when kids pick up on their parents cheating, what that does to the family dynamic, what that does to how the outlook of that kid going out there and starting his own relationships, or she starting her own relationships, how they're being treated, do they accept it because of what's going on in the home. It's really, really deep, the first one I'm going to drop. And then I have another one dropping 12:30. I gotta figure it out for you guys. 12 or 12:30. Like around lunchtime, I'm gonna run out and get some lunch and get myself together. My allergies got my throat a little heavy, so if you hear me speaking a little heavy, it's because my allergies. But yeah, man, I feel good this morning, and I'm just happy. I'm happy to be alive, happy to be present, happy to be able to do new things and just chop it up with new people like yourselves, and feel good about it, man. It doesn't matter to me. This is all, everything that I do is always healing to myself, and I don't want to, somebody set me an offer for my, it's not, people don't understand. I love designing. I love making things. So I don't really want to sell you anything. It's not like I'm in here for like a money play. I'm cool. If you want to support me, you can leave a tip. There's a Cash App. I always let you guys know, Mickey Fenty. And you can tip me along with these things. You can do it that way, and I'm more acceptable of like that. But me actually going out there selling you guys like here, forcing in your face, no, that is not what that's not what it's about. I actually understand where you are, even if you're trying to hide it from everybody else. I can see exactly where you are and why you do the things you do. So with that being said, I hope you guys go on. This is Monday. We got to keep this energy up. When you go into work, don't go in there with the attitude that's going to pull you down. Go in there with the attitude knowing like, you know what? I'm going to be my best self today, and I'm going to eat the best food today. I'm going to feel my best today, and I'm going to talk to a stranger and get some new information. Try to find some new information from different people instead of being around the people that's not serving your life anyway, you know? Some people just smile in your face, and that's good. That's good too. A smile is healthy. They're just good for that. But don't expect anything else out of them. That's my whole thing. Your expectations, you got to know where to keep those expectations. Put them in the right places. Put them in the right places. I don't have too many worries in my life. I don't have too many worries in my life. And I'm not stocked up with a whole bunch of bills and things like that because I don't want all that stuff in my life. You guys kind of try to carve it out and find your niche and keep doing the things that you love doing. You'll be straight. You'll be all right. You'll be cool. It's when you look up at like these, you know, these fake, the Joneses, that's their name, the Joneses, right? When you look over there and you think that they're so much doing this, so much this and that, and then you realize, boom, on the news next day you see, oh, he's taking a mug shot. This happened to so and so, and oh, their health is not this. He's falling out here. You see here all of this destruction, and you're like, thank God I didn't keep up with the Joneses. So I'll leave you with a note like this. Pray for somebody that can't pray for themselves, and be the leader you want to see in other people. Because nowadays, if you see somebody and they ain't doing something right, and you have a route of going, don't even pay no more mind to them. Go what you got. Go where you got to go. Like I told you, some of these videos that I see on YouTube and things like that, I look at the headline. I'll be honest with you. I look at the title. I'm like, I don't want to get into that. Nope. Next. I might check out that content creator on something else that I might feel that they could bring some benefit to. But when you see content creators talking about everything, there's no possibility that they know anything about everything, you know? So I like to see the people that's focused and they stick to what they do. And if it has anything like, I call it like down juicing it, like where they're downing people, belittling people, those arrogance and all that stuff, I don't watch none of that stuff because usually those are people with broke mentalities. They are not, trust me, when people think, when you realize what rich really is, you're like, oh, wow, they got me in the poor category. Holy cow. I thought I had a little few dollars. No, that's how they're looking at you. You got to be mindful on how people think or look at you before you go out there and look at somebody like they're almighty. It's not that. It's not that. Stay by your people and always represent the people that bring good to you. And when you're down, you can always go to them and they can do it and bounce back things and ideas off of each other. And you will lift yourself up. Always know that there's some people out there that's better than the people you have around you if you have bad people around you. That's the way I look at it. I can find good people. Good people are always going to attract good people. That's the way I look at it, man. You guys pay attention to these videos I'm dropping today. Thank you. Always thank you for the support. Whether it's 1 to 10 of you guys, I'm happy that you guys could always tune in and get some good word. Like I always tell you, this negativity, like they got roller skates or something on their sneakers because they move so quick and they talk so much stuff that by the time you realize you done consumed all of this negative stuff, you don't know what to do next. So I always like giving you guys a little word. I'm gonna get something to eat, get some nice and healthy today to eat. I don't know what yet, but I'm so hungry. Get some energy in me, do some designs, some other things I got going on. And yeah, it's just going to be a happy Monday, all right? Love you guys, and thanks for tuning in. Until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, a.k.a. Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Love.